I'll be sharing with you 5 important tips that will give you absolute peace as a new immigrant in wherever you are in the world. Hello beautiful people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a long time, right? Let me just welcome myself back and welcome you back to the channel. So let's do as if nothing happened. It's been 2 whole months, but within those 2 months a lot of things have happened, you know, a lot of roller coaster of events. I had chicken pox, I got sick in between, my children had this, you know chicken pox, right? So don't let me bore you with the whole of everything that has happened within the last 2 months. But I welcome you back to my channel and I welcome myself back to how are you doing? Yeah, this is Christina Kelvin and I film on faith, model parenting, lifestyle from Leicester City. Yes. And in today's video I'll be talking about something really important that has been really strong on my heart, and that is important life lessons to new immigrants. Okay, I'll be sharing with you 5 important tips that will give you absolute peace as a new immigrant in wherever you are in the world. Okay, so without so much ado, let's jump right into it. Number one tip I'll be giving is that never try to make impression. Okay, I know, okay, everybody, especially for Africans that have the opportunity of moving out of the country, everyone left back at home feel like, I mean, you have it all together now, you're better than them, you have everything working for you now. And this trying to meet up or trying to form the impression of what the people have in mind is actually one of the things that make people fall into depression when they move abroad. Okay, sis, don't try to make any impression. Don't try to let people know that you've arrived. I mean, you just moved out of the known into the unknown. So don't form any impression. I know a lot of people will, and I actually definitely get into that. So don't let me just jump ahead of myself. But don't try to impress anybody. Don't try to impress your friends that has been here for years and let them know that you too, you're having it. Everybody have what they are going through underneath. They are not just sharing with you. Okay, that being said, let's move to point 2, which is never compare. Okay, yeah, the impression part is actually a message for you, so people back home. Don't try to impress those that are in Nigeria, probably those that are back home, that now you have it all together. Now this point 2 is comparison. Never ever compare yourself with those that have been living in the abroad years back. I mean, you just moved in and you have a friend that has moved to the UK or probably to Canada or to anywhere 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even if it is 2 months ago, that has moved before you. Never try to compare yourself with how they are living. You just moved in. See, let this always be at the point of your mind that this is a new terrain for you, and no matter how many months or how many years those people have actually spent in this country before you, they are before you. I don't mean in terms of anything, but I'm just saying that in terms of getting familiar, knowing how the system works, knowing what to do and what not to do, they're already in the system before you. So sis, don't try to compare. And in all honesty, they might actually be earning more than you. They might actually have life put together more than you because they are more stable than you are. So never compare. Oh, my friend now has a car and you are now, you just moved in and you expect that you should have a car too, and you know, you should be living life the way your friend has been living in the abroad for, you know, are living. That's actually the beginning of the bedrock for what's it called, disappointment and depression. A lot of people fall into depression here just because of this point I'm actually giving you. Okay, new immigrants, never compare yourself with your older immigrants that have been here. All right, that being said, the point 3 is never come with so much expectations. See, I tell people a lot of times, don't have so much expectation for an unknown place or for an unknown event or probably for an unknown situation. That's actually one thing I tell young people that are in love and I want to get married. I tell them, don't have so much expectation for marriage. Don't say my man must be like this, I expect my man to be like this, I expect my wife to be like this. Expectation is actually a bedrock for failure in marriages. I've noticed that those that have so much expectation, they tell you that early years of their marriage was very tough, was a tug of war, was this, was that. Why? Because they have so much expectation. When we were actually planning relocation, and some of our friends were telling us not to relocate, it's not easy and all that, I tell them life is never easy anyway. So choose your easy. All right, and this is me telling you that life is never easy anyway. Okay, you're coming into the UK, you're going to Canada, you're going to US, you're going to Australia, wherever you're going to in the world, I want you to know that life is never easy anyway. So choose your easy. Okay, this expectation of, and I think it's actually the impression that our forefathers has made in time past, making people believe that once you move out of your country, you have it all easy. Quite all right, they have better economy here than we have it in Nigeria or probably in Africa. But that being said, don't have so much expectation that once I get to the UK like this, I start picking the pounds, I'll be sending 150,000 home every month, I'll be sending 500,000 home every month to my parents. Hey, don't come with so much expectation. As good as having expectation could be, it could also be very dangerous. I mean, it could lead to parent tears. Okay, the fourth point is, prepare your mind for a rough beginning. And I'm not trying to say it will be rough for you. For those that know my story on YouTube, and even those that know me one-on-one, they keep telling me that I have it easy, that indeed God is on our side. But even though they keep telling me that I have it easy, I still have times where I have to question the fact that, hey, God, why? Especially when it comes to accommodation. I think I've actually shared some of it here, when I was going through some accommodation challenges and stuff. So prepare your mind. I was able to navigate, me and my family were actually able to navigate that in unison and with so much joy in our heart, because we prepare our mind for rough beginnings, for some rough beginnings. This is just like you starting all over your life again. So you were living in a 3-bedroom apartment back in Nigeria, and now you're here, just a room, you and your kids and stuff. Expect that kind of, beginnings. Don't expect that the luxury, for those that, can afford the luxury, probably you have so much money, good for you. But on the average, I know a lot of us coming here, especially when it comes to accommodation and stuff, we'll still have to manage here and there before finally settling down. We now have a 3-bedroom of our own, to the glory of God now, but when we got here 8 months ago, we did not have a 3-bedroom. Okay, so expect rough beginnings. Expect that you are just starting all over. And even 3-4 months ago, when we moved into this house, for those of you that saw that video on Instagram, and if you've not been following me on Instagram, I mean why, the link is definitely going to be on the screen, so you need to start following me. And for those that saw my video on Instagram, you could see that this 3-bedroom house that I'm saying that we have now was an empty house, right? Unfurnished. So for the first 1 week that we moved into this house, me, my husband, and my children, we were sleeping barely on the duvet. I mean, we put the duvet on the floor and we were sleeping. We used all our money to collect accommodation, like £30,000. Roughly £30,000 was what we used in initial deposit and stuff. So we could not even, there was no money to buy bed at that time. Okay, so for like 1 week we were using our duvet on the floor. So expect rough beginning. When you prepare your mind for rough beginnings and it eventually didn't happen, then glory to God. And when life was actually trying to be rough, you just be like, nah, I even expected worse. So that was what actually happened to us. My husband, we always say, open for the best, but expecting the worst. So that means I'm hoping for the best, and if the worst happens, with the house, with God on our side, we're gonna win. Okay, expect rough beginning. It's very important. Just prepare your mind for it, and if it does not come, open for the best and expecting the worst. The last but not the least is that live within your niche, within your reach. Live within your means, rather. Live what you can afford. If at the moment Facebook Market will be your best friend, I mean, hug Facebook Market. If at the moment going to charity store to get things will be your shop plug, go to charity market. If at the moment, if you have the mind of taking credit card and stuff, buying things on credit, if that is what you can afford, don't see. Actually, this last point is also the point I've mentioned earlier, which is you trying to impress or trying to compare. Because your friend buys a brand new you want to do brand new too. I'm still gonna share my testimony about some of the gadgets I've gotten in this house, and how God showed up big time, and you know how God showed up big time for me on that particular appliance. But for this video, I've shared 5 important points for any immigrants trying to move out of their comfort zone, because as an immigrant you are moving out of the known to the unknown. So these 5 tips will actually save you a lot of headache. 1, don't try to impress. 2, don't compare yourself with those that have been here for so long. Don't try to impress, meaning don't try to impress people back at home. 2, don't compare yourself with those that have been here for so long. 3, prepare for some rough beginnings, because the beginning of anything will definitely always be rough. 3rd one is live within your means, what you can afford. Live within what you can afford within your means. And lastly is don't have so much expectation. Have little to no expectations to how your life will be when you move abroad. With this point, I guarantee you a peaceful and a happy transitioning and of course settling down into wherever you are or wherever you plan moving to in the world. If this video has blessed you, don't forget to give me a massive thumbs up, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Bye for now.